Please watch to the end. Comment and respond to other people's comments.
Count 2, murder without intent while committing a felony. Find the defendant guilty.
A New Brighton man likely headed to prison when he is sentenced tomorrow. A jury finding him guilty of committing murder during a deadly road rage encounter. We told you about this case earlier this week. The first criminal trial where our cameras were allowed inside, from opening statements to the guilty verdict under new court rules.
As Paul Bloom tells us tonight, a Hennepin County jury rejected the gunman's claim of self-defense, and now the judge will have the final say at sentencing.
Well, at that point, I fired. I thought it was only twice, but I later found out I fired 4 times.
On the witness stand,
There was nothing in the chamber.
defendant Daha Hassan,
I wouldn't say it was intentional.
facing murder charges
And you intentionally pulled the trigger, right?
I would say it was more reflexive.
and an intense cross-examination.
I just need you to answer my questions. It had a loaded magazine with 17 rounds in it, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
One history, our caller is the gunman.
Hassan shot and killed Randy Burus during a deadly road rage encounter November 2023 in the middle of the night right here along West River Parkway at Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis.
And then they came out the car, they started yelling, and one of them attacked me, and I didn't know what to do.
The defense relying on Hassan's 911 call to prove he immediately alerted authorities.
Who shot you?
Hassan remained on scene until police arrived and never wavered from his claims of self-defense.
I was very scared. At the time, I thought maybe he had stabbed me or something, because I just felt like pressure on my chest.
But prosecutors countered, painting a picture of a vulnerable, unarmed Burus.
Randy was a young and active father.
A 34-year-old dad wearing a neck brace from a prior injury.
He had 2 cracked vertebrae in his neck. He didn't assault anybody. He couldn't barely pick up a chair, and this guy says he's assaulting him.
According to his own testimony, Hassan was smoking pot and driving the wrong way down by the river when a Toyota Sienna approached from the opposite direction.
I was very scared because they were driving in a way that was not regarding my safety.
Hassan claims he immediately reversed his Camry, backing up as far as he thought he could go. But when Burus and his brother got out of the van,
During road rage, it never ends well when people step out of their vehicle.
a war of words escalated into physical contact.
Well, he reached over with his right hand and he tried to grab me.
Now Randy's reaching into the car. His whole upper body is in the car and grabs his chest.
Hassan insisted he feared for his life and fired his homemade polymer ghost gun to protect himself.
No guns, no knives, no baseball bats, no sticks, no hand grenades, no explosives, no rocket launchers, nothing. He didn't see any of those. He provoked the offense.
In the end, a jury deliberated less than 6 hours, finding Hassan guilty on a lesser second-degree murder charge, as well as a count of illegal possession of a ghost gun.
You're upset by this verdict?
Yes. He should have count 1. Get shot 4 times, and it's not intentional.
The Burus family leaving the courthouse frustrated that Hassan was acquitted on the top count.
So in the end, was justice served today?
I don't think so. That's intentional murder. It ain't unintentional murder.
The road rage encounter in Minneapolis has ended with a guilty verdict, and a gunman headed to prison for years.
The shooter had claimed self-defense, but a jury did not buy that story. Today, the judge had the final say at sentencing. Our Paul Bloom has tracked this case through the courts. Paul, today, an apology from the man who pulled the trigger.
This case was a first for us. We previously told you about the first trial where our TV cameras were allowed inside, from opening statements straight through sentencing today under new court rules. Well, a jury found Daha Hassan guilty of unintentional second-degree murder during last year's road rage encounter with Randy Burus. And today, the judge handed Hassan a 13.5-year prison sentence.
Without any sort of warning, any sort of I have this gun, back up or I will use it, he pulls out that gun, he aims it at Randy Burus, and from very close range, within a couple of feet away, he shoots Randy not just once, he shoots multiple times.
Prosecutors there had fought for a much longer sentence, arguing the unarmed victim here, Randy Burus, was particularly vulnerable during the deadly encounter along Minneapolis' West River Parkway. Burus had a couple cracked vertebrae and was wearing a visible neck brace from a prior injury when he was shot and killed. Daha Hassan, seen here in body camera footage, testified in his own defense at trial, blaming Burus for escalating this nighttime confrontation. Hassan fired his homemade Palmer handgun from his vehicle, killing the 34-year-old father. Today, an apology.
I never wanted to kill anyone, ever, in my life. Never wanted to hurt anyone, ever in my life. And this is really hard for me. And I wanted to say, if it wasn't clear before too, that I'm sorry to the families.